I feel that too. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure everything's good. I was responding to a friend. Thank you for coming in today. Just making sure everything's good. I'm also making sure that the stream is working properly. Hi, Mihaela. I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly.
Hello.
How was the test?
Michaela. You can say Michaela.
Michaela. Okay. How was your test?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. So, ah, I love it. Honestly, I really love it. I appreciate that. So thank you for sharing that with me. Let me go ahead and continue with today's lesson since I have so many tabs open. I swear to God, my schedule is so bad. If I could share it with you guys, I won't post it on stream. Um, you could basically see. Oh no, it would show on stream because it's on my. I'm using my tablet to share screen right now. So as you can see, all of this is here. This is my tablet. Um, so let me split the screen first, make sure this is seen and Discord is seen in case people have questions. So let me see the questionnaire room. All right. So if you guys have not received the document for this, I'm going to go ahead and repost it. I know if you scroll back up to October 12th, you will also still find the two documents there, which is the email US student and the business letter US student. So those are both for your references. We will be finishing up where we left off with the email. And if you have not watched the first portion or did not attend class, it's posted in the grammar video section, so you should be able to see it there. It's my friend. My friend's just messaging me saying, "Oh, I got worried because he's had issues with receiving products lately in the mail, so he's been paranoid if I ever received it or not." So there's that. Let me go ahead and find the form first for this section. I'm also very hungry right now. Has anyone eaten today? I haven't eaten yet. Bruh. I wish I had a yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can go ahead and do this too while I'm at it. Okay. Just making sure that my yeah. Yeah. There we go. Sounds good. So I'm glad you guys. You're welcome to eat. You're welcome to do whatever. My classes or courses are very chill. So I'm not gonna get mad at you if you're eating something or stuffing your face while you're watching this lesson. That's totally fine with me. All right. So we're gonna jump straight to our lesson today. Introduction to email continuation. So remember the body. Let me see if I can zoom in more. Okay. And also, I was supposed to give you guys a thing. I'm so sorry. Where is it called again? Email.
Sorry for interrupting, but someone can't see the presentation phone.
It should be. You have to watch. You have to jump into the share screen, which I'm already doing right now. So just jump into the share.
My niche is actually like Firestorm.
Let me see. I can't see the presentation in phone. Oh, if it's in phone, it might be because of your So Firestorm. Yeah, sorry about that. It might be also because of your phone quality and also your internet could be the factor as to why you can't see it. But it is a continuation from last week, so you should have the thing already, but I'm just making sure why. Let me just re-download it. I'm so sorry. Making sure. Where is it? Because I can't find the file either. Okay. So open the PDF file, show in folder. Okay. So here are the two lessons. I reposted it just now, just so you make sure everyone has it. Okay, cool. So if you can't open the video, that's okay, Firestrom. What do you mean by I'm handsome? Excuse you. Um, handsome is more directed for a man. Pretty and beautiful is for women. It's more feminine, I would say. So there's a femininity and a masculinity value to consider when you're doing that stuff, I would say. Right, exactly. So, I'm discovering what is some words. Yeah, so masculinity and femininity does apply when you're using adjectives, so it depends on the person, definitely. So let me go ahead and move on to our lesson for today. So we are now looking at the body portion. So last week we talked about the formal, which is the heading part, which is what you address people, Mr., Miss, or Mrs., so knowing the difference between them. So I definitely recommend you guys watch the video under English Video Grammar. I haven't posted it yet. It's on YouTube, but I should. Let me just go ahead and do it now because it's going to annoy me so much. But you can watch it after class today because I'm pretty sure I shared it, and I guess I forgot to do it before I entered class today. So I'm going to go ahead and type it in for your reference. So English Video Grammar, this one. My stomach's growling. So there's that. So I'm gonna edit the name of it later, but it's already there for your reference. I just posted it. Watch it after class, as I said, so you can catch up with that. So I gotta go. See you another time. So take care, me. So next part here. Moving on now, since I really want to get this started. We're looking at the body. So an email should be separated into paragraphs, just like any piece of writing. One or two paragraphs will maybe be enough for the most part. Emails should not be too long. Use plain text without indentation. It's best to keep formatting plain because it may not carry over to your recipient. So introduce yourself for number one. It's the first time you've contacted this person. Identify your reason for this email and provide any special information. Identify any attachment. So if you guys remember, I attached a picture, so you can go ahead and scroll up. I'm gonna reopen this in another link. Hold on. How do I put this there? Hold on a second. So let me see if my thing... Okay, cool. I sent it over here, so let's pray to God it actually opens. If not, then... okay. Yes, it did. Awesome. Because it's copied over as a text. So this one, I wrote, "Good morning, my name is Hannah Magno. I am from California, USA. I came across your job listing on Dave's ESL Cafe, and I'm interested in the online ESL tutor position." So basically, I'm being direct as to what is the purpose of this email, which is addressed here. So since you are introducing yourself, you actually need to include some things to say about yourself and getting the people acquainted to know who you are and why you are the best candidate as to hire. So identify your reason for the email. So for me, as you notice, it's in a different order, but as long as the subject is present, that's all that matters. So most of the time, as far as I know, a lot of Americans like to be direct first about what their email is about. So I switched number 1 and 2 in my email. So of course here, I introduced first what my purpose is. So I don't think I can write on this. Yeah, I don't think I can write on it. So usually I would tell you directly what is the purpose of this email. "Hi, my name is Hannah. I am applying for this position because I saw your job posting here." That's it. The next part, so introduce yourself. So that's why on the second part here, I wrote, "I introduced myself. I'm a postgraduate. I'm going back for my master's. This is my experience, and I have these these certifications to back up my reputation as a teacher. And then I went ahead and told them what they were looking for, which is my resume. So I attached it for their reference. And finally, you always want to thank them for their time for reading, thank them for even bothering to open your email because they're always so busy. How could they even consider opening your email? So think that way when people are looking at your email. So you always want to thank them to show gratitude, right? That's usually how the body looks like. So provide any information, identify any attachments, which is like what I said in the example was my resume. My identify for the email, that was my first paragraph. Doesn't matter what order. And of course, introducing myself, etc. That's it. That's usually how I address my email. Is first I tell you the purpose of this email, then I introduce myself because I don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste my time, etc. So that's how I write. But if you switch the two, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But definitely the last one for number 3, that should always be kind of close to the last message you want to send people because you want them to know there is something on this email and that they should take a look. Also, make sure if you are attaching something, triple make sure that it's already attached before you send it. I've had personal experiences where I sent an email without attaching something and I didn't bother to double check. So I look very unprofessional sending the email 3 times along with an apology as to why I didn't send it. You know? That looks very embarrassing and also it's unprofessional looking. Some companies might let that slide because they think, oh, you're a first timer, I guess we'll give you some slack, basically. All right, so the closing remarks. So include a thank you message, which is exactly what I use in my email. A thank you message if applicable. Then on the next line, add your name, include your title if business is related. So if you have a business, you often see people say, for example, I would say Hana Magno. Underneath it would say the English Promenade because that's my business as an example, right? But if it's not, you don't have to. So as you can see here, I just wrote kind regards, Hana Magno, and of course there's my attachment there. That's my closing for this one. So you may want to set an auto signature to appear on every email. This could include links to your website and address or social media accounts. So I know a lot of emails in modern day, they often put a link to their business, how to contact them, etc., their phone number, the address of their business, etc. So they add a lot of these stuff just so you can explore what does this person has connections to, what is their position, how to contact them, etc. There's that. So this looks good if you want to do it, but in most cases it's acceptable to just do it as simple as mine. Because as you can see, all I did was write the signature and also kind regards as the attachment, and that's it. That's as simple as you can go. So here, formal. So sincerely is a little bit, yeah, it's formal. Respectfully, best regards, warm regards, thank you, sincerely, and then the last one is like sincerely Marco Rose, executive director. So you can actually put your position if you have a job. So usually you would say this if you are the one already in the job and then you send it to someone as like recruiting them. So I would say Hana Magno, co-founder, and then put the English Promenade right underneath, for example. That's how I would do it business wise. For informal, you say cheers, see you, talk soon, later, cheers, Lucy. So in some cases, I know cheers is acceptable for formal writing because I've had instances where people wrote cheers in my email and it's a professional letter. And the reason why they use cheers is because it's British English. And British English, sometimes they use cheers for formal application and that's acceptable, I would say. It's just a difference of English-speaking country. But I don't know why in this case they put cheers as informal. My assumption is because when people say cheers, they take it as an informal stance. But who knows what the rules actually are in British because I'm not a British speaker, you know. So before we move on, I just want to make sure, does anyone have any questions for me so far? You can talk, you can type in text, etc. Okay, so I am going to take the silence as a no, so I will move forward. Okay, so for example, we can have an activity right now with people writing their signatures. So what will you include in your auto signature? Create a unique auto signature for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead first and write mine, just like I said, Hana Magno, and then I would say co-founder, and then I would put space, the English Promenade, that would be my signature at the end of my email if I was writing to someone who wants to be hired in my company. So that's my signature. Or if I am applying to be part of a job, so I'm gonna put here, have a position already. So the one down here as an example. So this one, no job, okay, or just applying for job. Uh, Cool, there you go. So here, co-founder, the English Promenade, have a position already, applying for a job. Kind regards, and then that's my name. So that's the difference between the two signatures. So go ahead, everyone. I wanted to ask you if you can go ahead and try that. Go ahead and type and submit in Classroom A and write your own signature. So I'll give you guys maybe 5 to 10 minutes just to get that done. Okay. So I see Adina's typing. Also, welcome, Adina. I know you just attended the group.
Hello. Thank you
Welcome.
for a warm welcome.
Yeah, no problem. It's my pleasure. So has anyone submitted a signature of what they usually write at the end of their email? Since it's just practice. Take your time writing.
We can add whatever we want.
Yes, anything.
Okay.
Yeah, for just the response is
To
just
do it in
whatever
Romanian,
signature.
like in Romanian, we can like I can say in English
Yeah,
like
you
we want.
can. Of course you can.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I think it just applies for a lot of cases. So I'm interested to also see how you guys write it in Romania. That's actually really interesting.
Adina, a quick question. Are you Romanian? Because that's a Romanian name.
You know who it is.
No. Your sister?
Yes, my sister.
Oh, okay.
I'm his sister, yeah.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
All right. So answering a question, Firestorm said, "How is pronounced reschedule?" So the word is reschedule, which basically means that you have to schedule the appointment again. It's most likely due to cancellations, or maybe because conflicting schedule. So you want to reschedule with that person at another time. That's the meaning of reschedule, and that's also how you pronounce the word.
me, my American friends forced me to keep talking and keep improving my pronunciation, and it is a little bit better now. So the more you use it, the more you practice, the better you become at it, no matter what.
Very good advice. Happy. Excellent.
Well, it's not an advice, it's just the reality, because no matter how hard somebody will tell you or try to explain to you how it is to ride a bike or swim, unless you do it, ain't gonna happen. You have to do it and you have to practice. You're gonna fall, you're gonna swallow some water, but the more you do it, the better you become at it.
Yeah, very good. I would agree too because like I mean it's like no choice. It's up it really comes down to your motivation. How well do you want to accomplish speaking English? How competent or fluency wise, how much do you want to show how well you understand English language and how to produce stuff? It really comes down to you as a speaker. Okay, so let me see.
Firestorm, think about Spanish, not necessarily as English. Probably you have an issue with the sh.
Mm, Mihaela, yeah. Excellent. So I like your two examples there. I like that. So good example. And then Adina. Mm-hmm. Um, what's actually interesting is I think you don't need to write at the Adina. You can just say student, and then you can put University Bucharest or Bucharest, whichever you pronounce it as. Cheers, Adina. Yeah, I like that. You can keep that. So for both occasions, I think that's an excellent job that you did there.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next exercise here, replying to an email. So imagine you receive the email, so trying to reply to an email promptly. So promptly means do it as soon as you can, as soon as you open it. It looks really professional if you can respond on time. If possible, reply the same day or within a few days receiving a message. Click reply to send email to a thread. This allows the sender or the end recipient to read the history of what the messages are being exchanged at the time. If the subject changes, you want to write the same recipient, change the email address, and new subject. So basically, what they're telling you to look at is let me see. I didn't even attach it. It's the bar line above this. I just cut it out because I don't want to give information about the email, my email, and then also who I wrote to. But technically, it has basically you can change the subject at any time. But that means you start a new thread or a new email. That's basically what it is. Discussion. How can the forward option create problems for both formal and informal recipients and senders? Why should it be used sparingly? So, sparingly means only once in a while, but not a lot. Do you guys know the reason why you shouldn't use forwarding an email, both formal and informal recipients? Have you guys ever experienced where you were forwarded an email and there was a problem? Just wanted to know if anyone has had that experience and would like to share.
Yes, I had problems with it. Like I don't remember it, but I had lots of issues.
What kind of issues did you have?
I can't really remember, but was something like the text wasn't typing correctly at all. Like
I see. So possibly.
some weird issues.
Ah. So maybe like it's a technical issues that could have caused it over.
Yes, yes.
I see. And then any other experiences anyone wants to share?
Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to
Hey,
say
Mike.
hi.
Hey, Mike.
Hi,
Hi there.
I'm Mike. I didn't know my introduction yet because I just joined, but I will soon. Um,
Okay, tell us
and I
about
just
yourself
can't.
a little bit.
Oh well, I'm 14. I'm a friend of Mihaela. She
Okay.
invited me actually. I'm from Romania. Um Caracal exactly. It's in south. Um, I'm in ninth grade. Not oh my fucking god, English.
No, no, no.
I'm in.
Listen, Anna is also recording this class. to be
Oh,
available on YouTube in case other students are not present. So no cussing,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry.
We learn
I'm
from
sorry.
mistakes as well.
Yeah, that's all
I
good.
didn't
I was
know.
typing that just in case, so just be careful of what you post or say. Yeah, because I'm
And
recording the
that's
class.
and
Yeah,
I have a
thank you.
personal request for you. If you could change and you know why that status, it will be perfect. I will
Oh
appreciate that a lot.
yes, of course. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
when you
didn't.
put a status, it will be available in all the servers that you are, even if
Yeah,
it's very funny
I
on one
didn't.
server. Yeah, thank you very
I
much.
didn't. I didn't actually
That's okay.
notice.
It's okay. So you are 14. You're from Romania. The
Mm-hmm.
county called Old, the city Caracal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'm your neighbor from the north, County Vulcea, the city Râmnicu Vulcea.
Oh. Oh. Oh wow. That's very cool. Nice to
What?
meet you.
I trick you in my accent?
Yeah, actually, you did. I didn't.
I'm glad.
I didn't
All
actually
right.
notice.
All right. So you are
So
14. How old do you think I am?
I
I'm a grown up.
17.
So yeah. No, I'm a grown
Oh,
up.
oh, okay, 21,
A little bit more.
Sorry, guys. I
23.
I hate to interrupt, but can we have this conversation after class since I'm
Yeah,
limited
for
on
Okay,
sure.
yeah,
time?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
because like
All
after
right.
class I will
I'll
be.
try to make
Yeah.
conversation with him.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. But I'm really happy to hear you guys are very close to one another, so you can meet up or discuss stuff. Um,
Sure.
so I since I don't have a lot of time, we will be moving forward. So let me explain why, and I like Adina's answer as well, which is perfect. Um, the problem with using forwarding an email is that there is a lot of problems with sending an email. An example would be like what she said. Sometimes it won't be processed. It'll be written as a code, computer code for the most part, and you won't be able to decipher what the message was. Number two, if you send an email that's informal, like let's say you forward the entire email, there's a history of exchanges between them. Some of them are inappropriate to share in work. So by sending this to a formal situation, like your boss, for example, you can see all of the tea of tea as in like the bad stuff. Um, Seeing all the tea of what people talk about this person, etc., and it does not look good. It's unfavorable. That's why people are saying when you are doing forwarding messages, they really say only send it sparingly. Be very careful of your history because once you send that email, all of the history comes with it too. So be very careful when you
Yeah,
consider that.
totally understand.
So I also discourage people from sending or forwarding their emails if there's a long passage in it. Take a screenshot and attach it to the email if needed, or copy paste what you copied from the email, but make sure it doesn't have the history attached to it. So be very careful when you do that. In most cases, my rule of thumb is as long as there's no history with it and it's a professional setting to begin with, you're allowed to forward it. That's all I can say because it's better to be safe than sorry. So that's my explanation there.
Yeah,
So moving on.
that's the truth. That's actually happen all the time in the workplace, and people get themselves in unnecessary complications.
Yeah, so like it's better to just be careful. Don't try not to like what's the word for it? Try not to forward any email that has personal information on there and sensitive information, I would say. Better to keep that outside of work. For safety tips, now we are looking at the subject. So some emails comes with all forms you have contacted. So some emails is promotional, some emails are spam. Emails can contain viruses, and emails are not safe to open, or you should open it. So be very careful when you do open emails. I know for a fact a lot of the problems would contain the subject is all in caps, which is not normal. Not a lot of messages would come in caps. They use the word free or there's a number or a percentage, like different symbols used on the email. I do have a bunch of junk email on mine, so try not to open them. Okay, never open attachments from the senders that you don't trust. So if you don't know who it is, even if they're strangers, better safe than sorry. Do not click a link. Do not open any
Can I
downloads.
add something to what you're saying?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So the reason that if you don't know the sender, or if you don't trust it, or is suspicious, is because some email may be created in a bad way, and you by clicking on it, you execute a command. Basically, like when you plug in a USB stick that is infected with the malware, and when that is plugged in a computer. Sometimes most of the people that have auto run or autoplay activated, and it will activate the virus or the infection, whatever it is. And some emails will be like that. So if you get an email which is very suspicious, or like Anna said, don't even try to open to see what is inside. Even if it's in spam, it's not worth it. And also some email platforms like Outlook or Gmail allow you to inspect the email and see the line, the sender, the name of the email, because sometimes it may appear it's from your local bank and it will look very legit, but it's not, and it appears in the spam. So inspect who is the sender. So if it's for, I don't know what bank international everybody knows, I don't know, Bank of America, but instead of having the normal ending of the email, we will have a letter exchange, like an L instead of an I, or a number or something, and it's not the real stuff. So don't access, because that's how phishing is happening actually. People receive an email, looks is very legit, they click on it, then depending on what security you have in your computer, you will activate, or you will only run in the browser and doesn't appear on a computer because something local in the browser, so it doesn't concern the security of the computer.
Excellent way of putting that into words. Happy, thank you. I also want to add that a lot of spam emails are getting smarter. So just like what Happy said about the bank statement, I've actually almost got caught for doing that. Except the one thing that caught me was there was misspelling. So if the spelling is off in the email, I know automatically to become suspicious. Number two, just like what Happy said, please go the extra mile and like investigate the email. Because, for example, I use Chase Bank, which is an American bank here. And for Chase, they sent me saying, "Oh, we need your social security." So number one, don't ever send them any of the personal ID number for whatever state you're from or country. Everyone has like a personal information that can have people to um, impersonate you and make illegal, like like all of these purchases that you're not supposed to make, etc. And like they're using your money, whatever. So anything with your identity, be very careful. Don't ever post them freely online, ever, or your addresses, whatever. So you know all the rules for that. But in any
Yeah.
case,
One. Can I ask a little bit more?
yeah. So give me one second.
So the
I wanted to say, just investigate, go a step further, and make sure you know what links are used for the email. Because I know for Chase, they have a specific email that addresses hacking, and this person used a different email. So the moment I saw that, I realized, okay, this is a fraud. Thank you. So go ahead, Happy.
Yeah, so I had customers and friends that I had to recover their accounts. Doesn't matter what type of those accounts was, but the thing is the same. The real owner of your private information, they don't need that because they already know. So I'm talking about police, I'm talking about the bank, the IRS, whatever, the school. They don't need you to tell them your security, social security number, or private bank information. They already have them. They don't need you to tell them. So when something appears from a legit source and ask you those information, then that's a huge red flag.
Awesome. Thank you for adding on to that. Excellent. So we have our tips already identified of what to send and what not to send. So good job that we all discuss about this. But yes, be very, very careful because whatever you click or whatever you accept, they could hack your system and get some information off you. So task number 4. Which of the following subjects are probably legitimate, which means looks legit? Write L on the line, which are likely, which one are spams that look spammy. Write S. So if you want to just type it in the chat room here, so you can do this thing called just put like write, for example, write L or S. I'm gonna like press Control A and highlight the text. There's an image if you look at the top that looks like an eyeball. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Oh my gosh. So let me do that. It disappears like the moment I click something, which is quite annoying. So there's an eyeball that you can click on and it shows you the symbols, which is basically these two L brackets. Let me see here. What you have to do is just get rid of that period that's between those two, and then that should hide your text. This is This is called spoiler. So this is a spoiler key where you can hide your answers. So if you want to do that and do it for all your answers, this is just so people won't copy your answer. And also it lets me see if you guys understand what the answers are for number 4. So 1 through 6, go ahead and just write L or S in the order that it's coming from. And then I'll give you guys the answers. So I'll give you guys maybe another 5-10 minutes. I just wanted to make sure, sorry, I stepped out because I'm looking for food. I'm hungry and I have a meeting at 5 o'clock. So Mike, I think, did someone explain to you how to do it? Happy, did you do it?
Yeah, I'm actually confused
Oh, okay.
how this works.
So notice how you wrote something and you have 2 periods in there. Take out the periods between the 2 bars and then it'll turn into a black bar. So try it.
Wait.
There you go, what Mihaela did.
I did it.
There you go, excellent.
So she typed the dot for you to see the command, but you have to delete the dot.
Yeah, just delete the dot.
Oh,
Two lines. Type your text and then another two straight lines, and that's it.
mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it will be black and you're not gonna be able to see it. I see.
Awesome, good job. So that's how I usually request people to post if they can. Only just so people don't copy your answer. So go ahead and do 1 through 6, and I feel like this might be the last activity for today because I'll do a game right after. And then if you don't feel like joining for the game, that's okay. You can also do your conversation after class, Happy and Mike.
It's okay. Sorry.
Awesome, Medina, you got it. So put your text, whatever your answer is, in between those 2 lines that you make, the 2 bar lines, and then just submit it like that. So answers 1 through 6. Just put L or S. So remember, the L means it's legit. That means it's real. S means it's a fake. It's spam. So number one, it looks like a lot of you guys put L and S. So let me go ahead and help you. So number one should be S. Free tickets. Click here. That's a spam account because you don't ever get anything free in life, and I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
Does anyone know
Now
that?
I understand.
I'm sorry.
Now I understand what that means, like L or S.
Yeah, L or S. So which is the instruction for number four? So number two, what do you guys think?
No, definitely not.
Number two.
It's an S for me.
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, we can do this together so we can get some time. So you guys are all welcome to answer.
Yeah, one and two looks spam.
Yeah, spam. Excellent. Okay.
Three, if you know the person, it may be legit. If you don't, depending. So,
Mm-hmm. All right.
if you know them, then it's legit. And the same for four, if you it's about your student.
Right. So yes.
And the other last two, five and six, because if it force you to act by now, not think too much. You need to do something right now or in a few days. That's suspicious. So a red flag for me.
Yeah. So never listen to emails if they're urgent. Sometimes there will be sometimes where it's like, oh, there's a 50% off deal right now. If you subscribe to a certain company, like for example, for me, let's say I do Hot Topic, for example, and they tell me 50% off deal today, would that be marked as a spam? Most likely it's a spam email because they're advertising something for me. But on top of that, since I subscribe to them, it's a legit for me because my subscription is real with them. And I just have to double check that this is the website, this is the right email, everything's written professionally, then I can click the link. Because a lot of people can fake saying, oh, I'm Hot Topic too, and you should click my link because it brings you to the website. It could be a trap. So just be careful with that. So excellent. So for everyone, since we should be on the same page, number one is spam, two is spam, three is legit, four is legit, five is spam, and six is spam. So most likely, yeah, 5 and 6 look like more of a spam because I'm addressing it as such. But if you already like subscribe to them, then it could be legit, depending on which company, right? But I'm just trying to address it like formally in that sense. All right. So this one here, I don't recommend we're gonna do an activity of this because if you accidentally type in your password, I don't want it to be captured on YouTube or Twitch. I don't want that to happen, But I'll give you some examples of what you should do. So when you sign up for an email account, you want to choose a password that isn't easy. Number two, I always say this, and I don't know if they wrote it. Yeah, I don't think they wrote it. You want to back up your email to something else. So for example, Google, for example, for me, whenever I log in any website and I log into my email, it always notifies my phone asking me, hey, did you log in this location? Which I have to press yes or no. If I say no, they lock my account. If they say yes, then I'm welcome to proceed with whatever I was doing. There's another option which is called the Google Authorization code, and this one is basically almost equivalent to getting a text code to confirm that this is really you unlocking it. So definitely recommend you get those two if you're gonna do an easy or simple password. But that's the best bet that you can protect your account, and I do that to all of my accounts. So for the example here, the task is to write a password that's weak and strong. So let me give you an easy one. So weak password could be, for example, all lowercase. You can say words like easy. I typed it in the chat. Put that as your password, anyone can hack you. And it's very, very weak. In most cases, a lot of places where you apply in, they always tell you put unique numbers or symbols. So there can even be people writing 123, easy, 123, that's it. That's your password. That's still an easy password because anyone can guess that, right? So
In less than 1 second, the password generator software could try like 1 million dictionary words or combination like this.
right,
So if you have the password easy 1 2 3 ABC, God, beauty, ugly, whatever, that's just 1 or 2 seconds take for a program to try your password in your account.
Right. Excellent. So like I said earlier, the best way people can hack the account from you is if they know you well enough. So they have to put the password in a way that they know you would write it. You know. So um, so I'll give you another password that's going to be a little bit stronger. So I'll put this. So that's a password. Let's say easy life, different numbers, exclamation. There's a different more numbers. Notice from that, that's definitely gonna be a difficult password to remember, but it'll be easy for the person if they have any reason to why they use that as their password, right? So it has to be significant to the person, but that's difficult for other people to guess. So something like what I typed just now, the easy one. So I'll write it here just so for reference, and everyone can see it. So I wrote for the weak password, I wrote easy. 1, 2, 3. This one I wrote easy. And I'm so sorry, this screen is like still pretty laggy. I think this page is still under development.
Okay, while you're gonna figure out that, I posted two pictures from my Outlook for you to guys to see what I was talking earlier about. When you get an email, you have the option to investigate, to inspect or view message source in the situation of Outlook. In Google Chrome, in Gmail, you're also gonna have the same. In Yahoo, you're gonna have something similar. So you don't have to click on the email to see what is inside. Just right click on it, because email is nothing else than a text. It's like a letter, like a traditional letter, but in an electronic format that could have other things attached to it. So you could see that text without accessing it. So if you inspect the email without open it, you will see who sent that email and what contains before you open it. And I posted to image how you guys could inspect an email from Outlook.
Awesome, thank you so much.
And I underline where you guys need to look at and see if it's a legit sender. Like in my case, was legit, was from Steam. And if it's not, instead of steampower.com will be steam powered one or whatever, and then, well, that's not Steam.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, so everyone's getting a little bit more crafty with emails. So yeah, just be very careful when you're looking at that. With that said, all and done, does anyone have any questions for me? Because it's already 3:01. Wanted to make sure everyone's good before I let you guys go.
Yes, I'm good.
You're good?
I don't have any questions. Yes.
Okay, cool. So I will go ahead and post this video hopefully tomorrow, and we will continue the lesson from page 7 to 10 tomorrow, and we will finish up this email checklist, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the business letter, which is the PDF I sent you at the beginning of class today, which is a business letter. So we will be working on that as well.
And thank you for the time, because this time it's more manageable for us than 8 p.m. your time. I mean,
yeah,
we are awake at this hour, but at 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning for us, no.
that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Even if we are awake, we have to go to work or school.
Totally understandable, yeah. I can only fit so much in my schedule, so hopefully there's more people who'll be able to come here. And thank you so much for inviting them. So Mihaela, thank you for inviting Mike, and Adina too for joining as well, since I just saw you just join recently. It makes me really happy seeing people are coming in to study.
We appreciate you also.
Yeah, I'm very glad I found about this server because I actually needed to improve my English, and I was concerned on how to do that. And yeah, it seems like I've discovered how to do it. So thank
Well,
you for your
after
time.
this, I could show you more about server, because Anna needs to go because she has a
Yeah,
meeting.
sure.
So I could tell you guys, if you have patience, to explain you a little bit more where